Hello and welcome to another Foster and Marshall podcast where we question everything and ask why. And who couldn't be asking why and what has gone on with our police service in the United Kingdom at this point in time? And I know that I speak for Marshall when I send our sincere condolences to the family of Henry Newark on the eve, on the outcome of the case of his murder.
Absolutely.
Yep. Deeply moving. I actually did watch the webcam from the officers of that evening, and I was deeply shocked. I was moved to tears. I could not believe what I was watching. It was a real shock, and it's a real testament to the fact that the wheels have totally come off of our justice system and our police force. I remember a time when we had great respect for our police officers, men and women, and we held them in high regard. But I have to say, after seeing that absolutely disgusting, vile treatment of a young man who is dying in front of their eyes, I cannot comprehend how that family must be feeling right now. And I shall pass that over to Marshall now, otherwise I'm going to just go off into one.
Yeah, this is truly horrific. And first off, the question is, Foster, what's happened to the training of the police now? Because their training is abysmal. It's non-existent and it's not fair. They're taught now, apparently, it's all to do with religion and ethnic people and the division that has been made deliberately between white people and coloured people and ethnic minorities and religion. This has been done deliberately. When you do things like this, when you treat everyone differently, to the point where somebody is standing there saying that they're, oh, my eye, and because of their ethnic being, whatever it may be, it should not matter, because the police should have called an ambulance straight away because there is somebody injured on the ground, and before they go putting handcuffs on anyone, it should be to question them all. And they could see that this poor boy Henry was laying on the ground, and oh my God, I can't believe it. I am so angry that they actually put hands on him and handcuffed him, and he's saying he can't breathe and he's been stabbed, and they put him face down to the bloody ground.
I know.
How dare they do this to somebody? I don't care what police force they are. They all need reprimanding. They need to be prosecuted. All of those police officers are involved in the death of Henry. I've had enough of this country. And it's all to do with the bad governing, isn't it, Foster? Come on, let's say it. But look, Starmer. What was Starmer doing? He was effing well tweeting about a effing football match.
Absolutely. Bearing in mind that this took place on the 4th of December 2025. Not a word. Let's keep it amongst ourselves. Yeah. Let's try and oh, let's all scatter, let all
Brush
the
it under
police
the
officers,
carpet, let
all the
everyone
police
forget.
officers disappear into the ether under
Yeah.
a rock somewhere. They're
Yeah,
lucky they
yeah.
could walk away.
Yeah.
They're lucky they can go back into
Yeah.
society. Henry Newark couldn't.
No.
And this is down to woke ideology that has taken over society as a whole. And those police officers, this is corporate manslaughter. They were
Absolutely.
part of his death.
Absolutely.
They didn't even attempt to save him. Okay, not at all. I've been stabbed. I don't think so, mate. Mate!
Yeah, mate.
That's not how police officers
It's
used to
absolutely
behave
disgusting.
in our time. Total lack of respect. Total lack of care and consideration. But this just isn't. It's not just one person. This is right across the board.
Absolutely, across the country. In fact, it's happening across the world.
Absolutely. More so in Europe. And I think now this is
Absolutely.
the time to close the borders. This is the time where we say stop.
Yeah, this isn't about people desperate, families coming from war-torn countries. These are bombs coming in. As far as I'm concerned, they're bombs coming in.
Yeah, it's almost like human weaponry now. They've been totally and utterly weaponised. I mean, the one thing I am going to say, Marshall, the one thing that shocked me to the core in all of this was that it was from the Sikh community. Now, having done quite a lot of work with Muslims, Sikhs, and Hindus, the Hindus and the Sikhs are the most loving,
absolutely
caring, and well integrated ethnic people. I've learnt such a lot from them. They were lovely, lovely people. I was shocked to the core that this was a Sikh young man. And we've become a little bit desensitized to the fact that this is some Islamist or some Muslim or whatever. And again, a lot of those people are kind. They're westernized. They've not been radicalized.
Yeah, absolutely. I've treated people from all over the world, and I'm sick of this race card. Forget about race. We're all blood and the same organs under the skin.
We bleed the same.
Exactly.
Everybody bleeds the same. And I think this is where we keep hearing two-tier care, because two-tier care he's created this division. They are deliberately creating this division.
Him and his mate Blair.
Absolutely.
And Gordon Brown and Mandelson.
Yeah, I mean, they're all part
in the gang,
same,
aren't they? The Illuminati gang.
Yeah.
The Dark Force. Whatever you want to call them.
It's a cult. It's a cult. And this is what has happened here. There's a cult that is raging through all of our main organisations. I'm sorry, it's running rife here. I keep feeling that this is some psychological experiment.
Well, it's the Rothschilds. It's the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Carnegies, the Morgans.
We know that this is a way for them to implement...
Yeah, absolutely. People as weapons.
Absolutely.
Cause division.
The surveillance state, they want to bring this in. And you mentioned Blair. Well, I actually retitled this because I do know that there is a film called this, so I'm very aware that it's called the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
Now, I say that about him because there is nothing good about that man whatsoever.
No, not at all.
He's turned our Jewish system completely on its head. They started to meddle with our laws. They started to twist and take
Our
it
society.
apart. Our society. We were being raised, and we were being brought up to see everybody equally, and I truly did.
Well,
do you know what I did? I looked at everyone equally until the turning point of this government coming in, because all I've seen is knife crime, horrendous knife crime and violence being committed by ethnic minorities on white people, and them actually walking away. And I do want to say this, there's also the case of the female officer that had her jaw broken really badly by two brown people at the airport, and both of those have walked free. They've walked free.
This is the thing.
They keep walking free.
Exactly.
Or they have minor sentencing.
This is where justice needs to be seen to be
not.
done.
It's
and
not.
It isn't, is it? And this is going to cause...
It is not.
This is what causes problems between people. And they know that. They absolutely know that.
Absolutely. And I understand. I mean, right, so let me just look at the Sikhs. So they have to carry a ceremonial dagger for their religious purposes. Okay, but that could be blunt. I also, if you've ever watched, I actually sat and watched a video of a Sikh doing the turban, wrapping that turban.
Yeah.
So I totally understand
why
they don't want to wear totally, because it's a work of art, and I cannot state that enough. Absolutely. So if they want to ride a motorbike without a helmet and they've got their turban on, in actual fact, it's probably safer than a crash out, actually, with the layers of fabric that goes into it. Yeah. But we can do this, but we can do this sensibly. There
Absolutely,
has to
Foster.
be
Foster,
a level.
We've got friends all over the world.
Absolutely.
And everybody, listen, you have respect for their culture. And this is what we need. We need respect for our culture as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Because one of the things that I was thinking about, now, Marshall, you will understand this. You've had children. I wasn't blessed with children. But I was thinking about my own childhood and what I would have wanted for my children. I would have, growing up, we were able to get on our bikes. We were able to go out into the great,
freedom.
Cycle around, freedom.
Yeah, freedom.
Right. These children now can't actually do that. And this is another example. You've got an 18-year-old young man, and he was just walking home after a night out. There who knows? We don't know the full story because we haven't heard all the details. But he's on his own. He was being
chased. He was being chased by this Vikram Digwa.
Digwa. Right, so here he is. He's being chased, and it wasn't just him. It was his brother and the father and the mother. So you've got a whole family.
Yeah,
so you'd think
crazed.
Somebody would go, please phone an ambulance. This is going to end up as a murder
Forget
charge.
about religion here. This is just forget about religion. This is crazed people with knives and
just running
it's
amok.
obvious. I'm going to say it like it is. This Vikram Digwa obviously was out to stab. You don't stab someone 4 or 5 times without intent, do you? I mean, it was obvious his intentions were to kill,
to
basically.
Murder.
To murder. So
Absolutely.
he knew what he was doing. And there is just so much, isn't there? And the family hiding the knife. And I'm going to say this, I'm sorry, but I had no idea that anybody was allowed to carry knives.
No, neither did
I
I
don't
must
care
admit that was
about
a
what
shock.
religion you are. You should not be carrying knives on the street. They should be at home. You have your knife at home if you've got to have a ceremonial one. And why aren't the police inspecting all these things? Going to the homes where they know that they are to look and make sure the damn thing is blunt or something, or locked away in a cabinet. If you're on a farm and you've got a 12-bore shotgun, you've got to have it locked up.
Absolutely, you have to have a gun licence. It has to be under lock and key, and it gets checked. It gets checked annually.
What's the problem with making sure that isn't with these ceremonial knives?
That they're all
I mean,
blunt.
I even heard the police commissioner talking on the BBC saying, I thought this was ludicrous, saying that because she's a Christian, she's able to carry a knife less than 3 inches long. Where the hell did that come from?
I know, don't. I remember she did. That's made up.
Believe it.
But
I'm
Marshall,
shocked. I am so shocked.
I know, but Marshall, this is the lunacy. This is how far down the S bend, round the U bend, heading down towards the sewer of humanity.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
This police commissioner can come out of that because she's
swamp.
Absolutely, because she's trying to desensitise it.
Yeah.
They know that they've screwed up and murdered a young man and were complicit in the murder of a young man. But they're going to be complicit in the murder of many young men and women and girls, because it isn't just this, is it?
It's
because
all these sex rings that they've been up to as well, isn't it?
The rape gangs.
Yeah, the rape gangs.
And
I mean, my God.
This is horrendous, and they're filming it.
It's like a real-life horror film, isn't it?
Actually, it is. It's actually worse. And my God, I used to watch a lot of horror films, but this takes a biscuit because it's reality.
Real, yeah.
This really is shocking.
And I'm sorry, I don't care what religion you are.
No religion.
You don't go around carrying knives and murder people. I'm honestly, Foster, take over.
What about?
I've got to take.
I know, don't take a deep breath.
Honest.
But there's a point here, right? Because could you imagine it if all of a sudden we go, isn't there a section where it says an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth? They need to be very careful here because there's more of us. And there's more of us getting very, very angry. Now, the reason I wouldn't participate, but I could understand why people are feeling that way, is because actually that is exactly what this bloodthirsty, evil Labour government want. Every single one of those on those green benches has got blood. Not just on their hands, they are swimming in it because it's Stockport, it's lots. Look at the way he handled that. None of this has gone away, none of it. And if they think they just can keep airbrushing over this, I'm afraid the day will cometh, but the English people will do it in such a way, mark my words, it's coming, because I feel a storm coming. And it frightens the life out of me.
There's a storm coming.
I don't like what I'm feeling.
We know worldwide, because there is a storm coming worldwide. There is, everybody knows it and can feel it. And it is worldwide. And this is my opinion now. That Starmer is part of it. He's good mates with Blair. They're good mates with all the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Morgans, the Carnegies. And if you want to check it all out, go back to the 18th century, when Rothschilds started stealing ideas off of people and started up banking and then sending off his sons all over the world. He knew what he was doing, and they are a club. They all gang together.
Well, it's the
They're all a
Fabian.
gang.
It's the Fabian Society.
Yeah,
And anyone can look that up. Look up the Fabian Society, and the old logo was a wolf in sheep's clothing. Now they've got a little turtle.
And they ain't wolves. These are evil bees, aren't they?
But this is what it means is, like, everyone looks at them, oh, look, little fluffy sheep, oh, it's so lovely. But underneath, there is something incredibly sinister. And
Evil,
it's the other, they've now got the turtle, or the tortoise.
Davros, they go meeting at Davros, don't they, in Sweden? And look what's under the ground there, CERN. And who owns CERN? The Rockefellers and the Rothschilds, all of them.
They're all in on it. They're all in on it.
And they want to enlarge that, and they haven't got an effing clue what they're doing. They're mucking about with things that they don't know what they're doing, actually.
And they're closing down real scientists that have done lots of studies.
Then we come back to the 11, 12 scientists that have met funny, not that strange, vanished. And also then we get to the CIA, and you've got good and bad, and look what happened to Kennedy, assassinated. Lincoln was assassinated. They've tried on Trump, haven't they? Assassination.
I think they're on their fourth go with Trump.
Yeah. So this is their thing, to assassinate anyone that may have any good in their hearts to do anything for the world. And hats off to Farage for speaking out. I want to say a big thank you to Farage for speaking out, and his condolences for the family
of Henry Newark. Yeah.
Oh,
and I think that is testament, because one of the things, whether I know there will be people out there who don't like Nigel Farage, but you know what? There is one thing about that man. He can stand there and he speaks from his heart.
Yeah.
He's unscripted. He's not wooden. He doesn't sound like a bloody Dalek. He's not just some sort of computable
puppet
robot that's talking like that.
Yeah,
because
he's a
I
puppet.
don't know how else
they
to
all
talk.
are. They're puppets.
Because he's plugged in.
In actual fact, I'm going to say it, Foster. I don't care what colour they are. Red, green, yellow. The parties, political parties, they're all puppets. They're puppets for the Rothschilds. You're going to hear me say Rothschilds over and over and over, because I want to keep saying it, because I see you, Rothschilds, and I know there's a lot more great people that see you as well, and you ain't getting away with it.
No, I think people now are waking up to this, and I just want to say, what's in Parliament now? Those four primary colours: blue, red. Because I have to say this, the Conservatives are as much part of this as any other party. We had 14 years of complete
Where's Boris now? He's in California.
Absolutely. And it is literally that. This is exactly what they do. They completely screw up, and then they get on an aircraft and they leave
they're off.
And it's us, the people of the country, the people of this land. And I have to say this, there's quite a few that do a lot of stirring, and then they're on a plane and they're not actually here. They're not actually here.
They don't stay around, do they?
No, they're not the ones that are, they've gone.
Give a monkeys.
The same as all those. I mean, and
off.
It is like the taking of the knee, okay, which was ludicrous. I certainly would not want to participate in that now. I think it was ludicrous then, and I think it's ludicrous, and it would be ludicrous now. But the George Floyd taking the knee, for somebody that died in America, okay, and there's a picture of Starmer and of Angela Rayner gleefully taking the knee. And he could
I'm not sure. You're going to have to enlighten me,
Oh,
Foster, on
don't.
that one.
I'll forward it to you. Oh, it's, there's some great commentators out there that have been making them squirm, where all of those lovely footballers are all kneeling on their knee. Actually, it's probably the only time they get their socks dirty, but that's just my absolute hatred of football. But I'm not a football fan because I think they're all... there was a time when football was great. I'm just going to say this. There was a time, but it's not now. You're all too busy working for Calvin Klein and your antiperspirants and everything else and your eau de cologne and everything else. You couldn't really care less. You charge a fortune for your football kits for these young kids. It's a rip-off. That's coming from Foster, big time. Anyone following Go Rugby, men of steel. That's the game you should be following. Rugby, real men. And a wonderful family atmosphere on the stand. Anyway, I digress. But there they all are, taking the knee for somebody around overseas. And yet, it took
here.
months for this to come to fruition. Months. Nothing. Quick, hide it under the carpet. That mound under that carpet is something that you said, Marshall, to me. That is going to get, it's like a Hoover bag. It's going to get more and more.
It's going to explode.
More and more full of absolute total crap. And it's just going to go boom. And I think time's now.
And then what they do is the governments, because they've got their little spies going out, and they'll be all on social media listening to how people are feeling. Queen Victoria did it in the 18th century. When there was going to be a revolution, what did she do? She gave free alcohol for everybody, including children, so that they were all inebriated, and so it stopped a revolution.
Well, they'll probably legalise drugs, Yvonne, because they'll all want you stupefied.
Yeah, they want everybody stupefied, but I'm afraid it's not going to work this time. I just know it isn't. There's no stupefaction here. People are awake and they are aware.
And they're listening
what they
and
do
they're
is
watching.
they spy, and then they'll do something in the media to take people's minds off of things, won't they? And some of it is very, very extreme. I could go on about Bush, but we won't talk about Bush and Blair. But together, what they were up to.
Tweedledum and Tweedledee.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, this is what they'll do, and they'll come up with something now to take people's minds off of things.
Okay, shall we wager a bet?
Could be raise the what can we think of? I know, fuel. They all want their fuel for their cars. I know. Let's do there's no fuel. We can't get the fuel for whatever reason.
Right.
And by the way, oil comes up naturally from the ground permanent,
and there's
water.
Plenty of it.
That's another load of BS, isn't it?
It is. I'm going to wager a bet. I'm going to wager a bet with you with something you've just said. Do you know what this is going to be? Do you know what they're going to do to try and take the spotlight off Henry Newark?
Go on.
Okay, I'm going to say it live.
Go on.
It's going to be Mandelson faces court charge.
Yeah, it's going to be something.
So they've got to sensationalise something.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here, because we don't want this. You've all got to take your attention off here. But for all of you people that read your OK magazine, your Cosmopolitan and all that jiggery crap, it's going to be, let's wheel out Mandelson. Let's give it, we've got to give him some meat.
I like that, wheel him out.
Let's give him, wheel him out like some relic. And we'll have him, face charges. And, of course, it'll be, there, naughty Mandelson.
On,
but we'll have you back. Before? Oh, how many times have we seen it? We'll do you now, but don't worry, mate. You'll be back in the Lords in no time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll brush that under the carpet.
Sorry. Yeah, oh, my God, isn't it sickening? It's so sickening. It's unbelievable.
It really is.
And when
'Cause
you
we've
look at
seen
the
it.
history of England
Pattern.
and what can happen, the Bakers' riots. Check out the Bakers' riots, how the Bakers' riots started. It was when the king was overtaxing everyone in this country in the 14th century. Check out the Bakers' riots and what can happen, because it can be something so
Simple.
well, this wasn't simple, actually. It was a baker and it was his daughter, and the king had sent the men out up north, and no, he sent his men out up north, and they
I
he
apologise.
raped his daughter, and everyone in the land grabbed whatever they could and they marched from the north to the Houses of Parliament. And the king was hiding in the tower because they were after his head.
I
Are
apologise for
you
my
having
laughter.
a moment? I'm glad
I
that
have
you're
to be
laughing,
honest.
because let me tell you,
No,
everyone, we do need to laugh. Laughter
Right.
is good because it takes all the horrible energy, you know,
Absolutely.
that we're seeing
This
and
is-
hearing.
Right. So I have to explain
Are
to
you
the
going to
audience.
share that?
I am actually going to, as Marsha was speaking, all I could think of was people standing outside Parliament with a pile of baked rolls, lobbing them at Parliament.
Yes.
So I could just see, because my
The
favourite
Bakers'
term,
riots. Yeah, no, that's
my
why.
favourite term is we're going to have a bun fight. So I
Yes.
apologise to the audience, but actually what Marshall is saying is really serious.
No,
because
it
this
did
is how
happen. It happened. It just, and it was quick and fast. And if you could imagine everybody in the land, honestly, and there wasn't a loaf of bread or a bun inside. It was pitchforks and guns, whatever they could get their hands on.
I'm sorry, I just see a bum fight. I can't. I just
Well,
see people, you know, from a cannon. There goes a whole little roll.
There goes another bun. I'm sorry.
Apologise, Yvonne. I really apologise. I can't
Stop.
help her.
The next
Marshall,
time I
I'm
see
sorry.
you, I'm lobbing a bun at you.
Yeah, please do. I think I deserve a clobber around the back of the head with a French stick, actually.
Yeah, French stick. No,
or a bloomer.
actually, in
No,
history,
more like a
that did
bloomer.
happen. That really did.
No,
It's true.
But this
And,
is the difference.
Oh, God, Foster, help me out here. He played Blackadder.
Oh,
was in-
oh gosh.
One of his relatives, ancient
Yeah,
history. It was one of
absolutely.
his relatives.
Rowan Atkinson.
That's, is it Rowan Atkinson? No,
The
I've got
person
the wrong
that
man.
played Blackadder.
No, it was the one of them, but it wasn't him.
Was it Baldrick?
Yeah, I think it may have been.
Tony Robinson.
Tony Robinson.
Yeah. Yeah,
He
did.
Yeah.
And he used to do time team, so he was very much into the history. So,
And
yeah,
actually,
absolutely.
I don't know where he is now, but I hope he's okay, because I used to enjoy, and I loved all the history he used to do and all that ancient archaeology. So I hope he's okay. But no, it was it was a relative. It was a relative. And it was a terrible thing. And Anne, you know, in this country, Boudica. Look what happened to Boudica with the Romans now. Again, her daughters, it wasn't one daughter, her daughters were raped.
Both of her
daughters.
Her daughters were raped and her husband was murdered.
Great woman. That was it. She raged an army on London and the Romans, something they had never, ever, ever seen. And the Romans were going around in this country just taking anybody they wanted off to their arenas with the lions and all the other terrible things
Absolutely, they were
doing.
vile. Yeah. Although from one point of view, they were, you know, they had their Roman roads and their Roman buildings, but they were not nice people at all. They, I mean, again, very incestuous, very incestuous.
Yeah, yeah.
Not a nice, not a nice
and
time.
barbaric sadists, and I'm sure there must have been some nice ones. You know, the trouble is we weren't there, so. But you know, it's like I can't remember the saying I had now. It's about fiddlers, and my God, isn't there a lot of fiddlers in Parliament? My God, fiddlers.
I think I think the problem now is too many organisations. Too many of these little organisations have been set up to launder off and siphon off money.
Yeah.
I think if everyone really started to do their investigations, I think they're going to be deeply shocked.
The water company's one of them, because everybody's paying them money each month, and they're poisoning us with all the content, all the forever chemicals that they're bunging in. And why would anybody put forever chemicals gushing into the rivers constantly? And by the way, South West Water were taken to court, Foster. Guess how much they were fined?
Wasn't it something just like 154 million or something pathetic?
No, it was way less than that. Way less.
Oh, probably the cost of my water bill.
But the point being is they're making billions of pounds. Billions!
Yeah, billions.
And that... I can't even... I better not say it. But JP Morgan... He's one of them.
Not banker,
he was all part of it.
Using a W.
Yeah, he's one part of one of the companies that took over the water companies. I bet you he's the one that started up all the forever chemicals. You know.
Poison them.
Why would you do that? Why?
Dumb them down.
Why would you do that? And why would you put fluoride in the water? Because that calcifies your pineal gland, which is your third eye. Your intuition, that's a fact.
Because
scientifically proven.
Excuse me pointing, but it's the one thing they can't control is our intuition.
Yeah, absolutely. And everyone...
Our sixth sense.
Yeah. Listen to Greg Braddon. Greg Braddon is a great scientist. He is a scientist.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, I think a lot of Greg Braddon. I know you do, Foster.
Yeah, absolutely. His work's brilliant.
Of them, actually. They're the people that we listen to. I certainly wouldn't listen to Starmer or any of them.
No.
They're just so... What do you call it, Foster? Help me out here, because I don't want to swear. But they are horrific, aren't they? They really are horrific. No wonder this country's in a state.
I think what we have to now do is to now take a really sensible, deep approach. We've got to clear away all this woke ideology. We've got to clear away all of this absolutely negative.
And the race cards. We're all the same under the skin. It doesn't matter what... it doesn't matter where you come from in the world.
No.
Culture is wonderful to share. Sharing culture. It's the most beautiful thing. Trading is...
brilliant.
Ancient. It's trading with each other. It's sharing.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. And yeah, I
know, Foster.
All I can see is one of the images that was posted up, and that was just of his hand in those handcuffs. And actually, you could see just by Henry Newark's hand, it was so pale that he'd gone. He'd gone. I still can't. It was etched in my mind as I went to sleep last night.
I would like to see those police officers' faces all in a line. Do you remember we used to have... I'm going to give my age away now. Was it called something 5? Crime Watch was another one, wasn't it? And then they'd show people's faces.
Wasn't it Police 5?
Police 5. Was it Police 5? I'm giving my age away, but I
No,
don't
I
care.
remember. I can see the guy. I can see the guy that
I'm
used
proud
to.
of my age, actually. And believe you me,
I
we've
can
learnt a
see
lot
that.
over the years,
And then it went
haven't we,
on
Foster?
We have, Marshall, and now you've really. I do remember him. I can see him.
Yeah, I
And
can
then
see
it went
him.
on to Crime Watch,
Crime Watch.
which was
Well, they
brilliant.
wouldn't have Crime Watch on now, would they? I mean,
Well, they
my
would-
God.
Oh, hang on. If they had Crime Watch right now, how long do you think it would take? More than an hour, wouldn't it?
It
Could
would.
you imagine it? Could
It'd
you
be on
imagine
for
it?
a week.
Yeah, it'd be on 24 hours a day. There's so much. And the problem is, that's the other thing I'm going to rant about while we're having a rant. And that is, they've been really smart in how they hide this, how they hide the criminality that's going on in each location, because they've divided the news. Our local news is so divided now, we don't know what's going on in Yorkshire unless you know somebody who lives there.
When everyone knew.
But what I want to know is, why do we not have news? I want to know what's going on up in the northern regions of this country. I want to know what's going on
news of
in the mid-counties.
All the world and wars. Well, I want to know what's going on in our country, everywhere, in each county.
So do I.
Yeah.
Well, Why can't we have county-wide news?
You know why they did away with them all.
Because, Yvonne, there'd be a whole list of crimes. Stab, 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 stab. Car theft. Stab, 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 stab.
Yeah.
Burglary with a stabbing. Stab, 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 stab.
Yeah.
Because it would.
And where are the police? Where are the police? They're out now with those silly little machines, holding them out in the road for somebody that's going a few miles over the speed.
Thank you for that, Marshall. I will disclose, yes, I did get busted. Yes, I did get busted for speeding, so that's a bit of a sore point for me. But even that, actually, I do have to say this. No, I'm just going to say,
there's all these
you're
terrible,
quite right.
evil crimes going on, and the police are bothered about motorists.
Absolutely, yeah, but this is the money spinner. However, in all fairness, having done the speed awareness course, it was absolutely brilliant, because it made me think again. Because you do become just a little bit complacent, especially when you drive a lot like I do. So I just have to say that. And our trainer was brilliant, and it made me think.
Good. That's good.
But what your point, Marshall, is absolutely 1,000 right on point, because it's easy to bust us as drivers and motorists. Mind you, it still doesn't stop somebody from parking their car through a wooden fence, which I've seen quite a lot of. Recently.
That's all the drugs from the big pharma they're taking, because that's doing their brains. Something's
gone wrong there. There's been an awful lot of really, where you drive past and you think, how did they park their car
how did they do it?
How did they do that?
Foster, listen, honestly, losing control of these cars, it's seriously like an epidemic, and it's very strange. And the strangeness of it is, you'll see the same spot, and maybe just a little bit further along, it'll happen again. What is that about?
That is happening in my neck of the woods right now. You go out and you think, well, am I actually going to be able to get to my destination? Because where I'm situated, and this particular road, if it gets shut off through an RTA, we can't move. We are completely gridlocked. It's the main road into our city. So, but it's absolutely in the same spot. So
Yeah.
it's telling you that something needs to be adjusted with the speed limit.
Yeah.
I know a
Thoughts
lot
and
of people
hearts
that
go out, and a big thank you to all the ambulance drivers, the paramedics, all of them, because they do a wonderful, fantastic job in this country. And my God, they've got their hands full.
they certainly have. And I have to say, the other one I want to shout out to, you're quite right, Marshall, the air ambulance.
Yes.
Now, if anyone has ever seen how they land that helicopter in some of the locations, and a couple of years ago, I was at that point of no turning, no doing anything. I was completely stuck and having to watch the air ambulance come down and manoeuvre and work incredibly fast to get their person, the victim of an RTA. And I think they're absolutely amazing. They do a tremendous job, just like our ambulance men. And actually, can I just say this, Marshall, on that note of ambulance men, I wonder how the ambulance crew felt when they rocked up to find a deceased person, Henry Newark,
in handcuffs.
With a group of baying police officers.
Yeah,
going, I bet it was all like, it was all his fault. It was her fault, his fault, her fault. They didn't, because, and not a brain cell, but not a brain cell amongst them. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely, Foster. But to sum this up, they're doing what the government are telling them to do.
Absolutely. But
so
and you said about education.
It's the government every time.
It always comes back. All roads lead to number 10, and the civil service. So that Westminster bubble needs to be
absolutely,
popped.
And it is a bubble.
It is. They need that
when
bubble needs young, bursting.
We used to. We actually walked. We could walk past that door. Could you imagine if you could do that now?
I could, but it's best not we talk about that right now.
Probably is, actually.
It
probably
let's
is.
Just not.
It would be the Bakers' riot, wouldn't it? All over again. But I do want to say this. My heart, and this is absolutely coming from my heart, everyone out there are suffering in some shape or form, not being able to pay their bills because Starmer's bunged it up so much, all their bills, not being able to pay their bills, not knowing where food is going to come from. And God knows, Foster, we've been through this when we were young with our mum and dad. We know what this is like, and it should not be happening now. And my advice is to be very, very careful now about who you vote for. And one of the things to write, as well as who you're voting for, is freedom. Make sure you put freedom on it somewhere.
Well, you can't. No, if you do that, you're going to spoil your ballot paper and the vote won't be counted.
Shame.
Well, yeah, because I could have written quite a lot in mine the last time I voted, but I didn't.
Yeah, no, I understand, Foster. That's just my emotions coming through. But,
absolutely, Marshall. No, I think,
I think we've had enough of being watched in this country by cameras. You can chuck the damn things out. We don't need cameras. What good are cameras doing? Cameras, they came in with cameras are supposed to stop crime. It's increased.
Absolutely. So we know that the surveillance state is not going to work because it hasn't.
It's not for crime, it's for us. Every for AI and digital coming in, which we're not going to have.
No
please,
to digital.
Everyone, say no to it.
No,
God knows what will happen to everybody if that comes in. And these great big databases are taking thousands and thousands and thousands of acres, and they're actually taking people's homes away. And this is happening in the USA. And don't think because, it's over in America, that's all right, or it's over in, somewhere else in the world, Canada or India or somewhere like No, it's going to happen here as well, because that is the Rothschilds. That's all their terrible, evil agendas. 1984, George Orwell. He'll be turning in his grave because it's far, far worse than what he ever thought it would be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's also Animal Farm as well, one of the books he wrote.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think, you know, there we are, somebody who must have seen the plans.
Well, he used to be one of them, Foster,
and
he came away because he didn't like what they were planning.
Yeah, so he wrote a book.
That's what he learned, yeah.
In the hope that we would take it on board and actually listen. It was the only way he could get it out into the public domain.
Yeah.
So I think we are questioning everything, and I think everyone now needs to question. Everyone now needs to sit and think about where their moral compass lies.
Yeah, 100%.
What kind of a world do you want to live in? Do you want to be able to just go out? Absolutely, for the children. Yeah. What kind of a world do you want your children to live in?
Yeah.
Do you want them to be able to go out to a nightclub with their friends and not sweat as to whether they're not going to come home or not?
Yeah.
You know, I just think this is horrendous. That I just feel that there are loads of young people that just want to have fun and enjoy life, and
I think there's a lot of young people in trouble out there, actually. They need our help, and we're doing a health and wellness with all our 40 years of experience, we know. So we'll let you know when that's coming. That's going to be out.
Yeah, absolutely. That's for something for the future.
We'll be doing workshops and all sorts. And we'll be doing live talks as well. And involve people, have people, you know, come up with their experiences. It's very important. And I want to say, we both want to say from our hearts, thank you so much to everyone who has commented and shared. And we are incredibly, incredibly grateful and appreciative of every single one of you. And we'll send our love to you all. And everyone, just look after each other. If somebody is finding it, because you see, we grew up in this. I mean, I remember my Auntie Dorothy, we'd walk down the road to the shops, and I remember I was only, I don't know, about 6 years old. And we always went in to help, see if somebody wanted some shopping that wasn't well, or knocked on the door, that if somebody needed help, and so did our gran, all our family. Yeah, that's what we grew up. Yeah, and we need that again. And this is the other thing.
Bring back community.
It is, and we were warned, weren't we, Foster, about this? I was warned by my American friends, Muriel and Jim Carr, in the USA it was the late 80s, early 90s. They actually didn't want us to stay here. And, you know, at the time, I wished I'd put my foot down and said, no, we're going now. And don't be fooled about the USA. The USA is a beautiful place. They've got the most wonderful people out there, and states, which is more than I can say for this country now. It's gone completely down the pan. We've all got to contribute and turn it around. It's not just one person. And I think the whole thing, government should be all hauled out, every single one of them. And it should be for the people, like that wonderful man, the Bank of, help me out, was it the Bank of Dave on Netflix? Yeah. He started up his own bank, and my God, did he go through it with them in Parliament. All of them were against him doing it. And you can imagine the bankers, can't you? Rothschilds and all the rest of it. He went through hell, but he still did it. And that's what the government, it's got to be by the people, for the people, and everybody in the country knowing where every penny goes and what it's spent on, and having a say on what it's spent on, and that's the way it's got to be. That's what they used to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And honestly, Foster, going back to the Vikings, now we're always brainwashed with this idea that the Vikings came in and massacred and raped and murdered us. They settled here in England. They had settlements in England. They really did. There's even there's graves of Vikings. I think I've got Viking blood. I think you have too, Foster. Well, we've got a bit of everything, haven't we? Because we've got the old...
Mackenzie. Well, we're Scottish.
The Mackenzie clan, and their sign is a volcano exploding. That's what we do. We explode. We explode with rage.
We humanly combust.
No, it's when we see justice not being done.
I have to say, for me, Marshall, justice. I am absolutely incensed when justice isn't.
Yeah, it makes you angry.
It really does. And what I've witnessed by watching what happened to Henry Newark and even
those police officers, they need putting in the stocks, and everybody coming along and chucking whatever they could. I'll put them in the stocks for a couple of weeks.
You see, I remember when they used the term...
I'm really giving my age away now.
I don't think you were quite there with the stocks, Marshall, but I mean, I know they used to call it the medieval times, but I'm not so sure it was that evil. I mean,
I really don't. It's another load of BS. We are back. Yeah.
I just think it was the way they served their justice, and it was another way of turning it, you know, like, oh, if a man takes another man's life, we shouldn't really hang him. We shouldn't really do that. That's not nice. That's evil to do that. But somehow along the line, and it's another one of those big debates, but do we bring back corporal punishment at some point if this continues?
In Florida, they've brought back, that's exactly what they've done for people that are paedophiles now.
It's a deterrent. And I think when you look at what we can do with the forensics, you can be pretty certain who's done.
That's another great big debate, isn't it?
It's a huge one. And it's a moral one, because you're really questioning your...
Well, it's everything, isn't it?
But I do also believe that when they give a life sentence, it should actually be life. And I am glad that they're going to review the sentence to make his sentence longer.
They should. And he should be made to work hard.
And also, I think the family, again, manslaughter, because they were complicit in it. So anyway, that's my opinion, and my opinion alone. So you can either shout at me and go no, because I have to say, there's no way I would cover up. I'd be the one that would be phoning the ambulance. So I'd go, I wouldn't be able to believe I
still cannot believe those police officers. I'll tell you what, get rid of them all, start again and do some proper training like they used to. Now, I'm one of these
College of Policing. The College of Woke Policing, it should be called now.
Yeah. I'm one of these that remembers the Bobby on the beat and the policeman on the beat. And he rode around on a bike. And us kids, honestly, we behave, because he was here, there and everywhere. He may have been on a bike, but he could get there faster than any police car now, because they're all stuck in traffic jams on the N25, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Or a traffic jam somewhere near you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know why? This is my theory. I'm going off on one. But I think it's those cameras and this speed thing, because if you go at a certain speed, it causes traffic jams. And don't even get me started on traffic lights.
Are you talking about the wonderful car park known as the M25?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, absolutely. Let's slow them down just into, don't, because
Yeah.
of living there right at that junction 13.
Yeah, they cause it.
Right. And they used to slow the traffic down. Every time it was due to be on the news, you used to see it. You could see it. And then it would be like, look at the traffic. This justifies another 25 lanes on the motorway.
Absolutely.
You know,
let's take some more. Yeah.
Let's take some more greenbelt land. Let's have the land. Let's tarmac it up. Don't get me started, but we will do that.
It's
we will be covering
tarmacking, isn't it? I'd like to tarmac. I'd like
to have shares. I'd like to have shares in tarmac.
We could do some tarmacking.
We could.
And what happened to that man that was going around knocking down speed cameras?
What, the Blade Runner? I had no idea. It's funny, I was thinking about
Blade
that.
Runner,
They
if you're out
stopped.
there,
I don't think he was on his own. It did seem, from the coverage that I remember watching, I don't think he was on his own, but all of a sudden they just stopped. So I think there was obviously a reason why they decided, but their point was made. They made a very, very valid point. But here we are again. Did all the cameras that we've got is not stopping crime?
Hasn't stopped accidents. It's increased.
No, and actually the way things are, well, I've got to mention speed again. Sorry, my favourite subject. Wales, they have they've got speed limits of 20 miles an hour, right, in certain parts of Wales. Fair enough, if that's, how the Welsh
they've
want
got
to
the
proceed.
sheep, haven't they?
But if you watch a cyclist, the cyclists actually cycle faster than 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, absolutely.
They can cycle up. I have been behind a cyclist, on the straight road, 40 miles an hour he's cycling at. I admire him.
Absolutely.
That's without me pushing him. Okay, and I never said that. But actually, I was really curious as to how fast a cyclist could go. And he actually got up to 40 miles an hour. And I will say that I was on a 60 mile an hour road at the time.
An electric bike?
No, this is a racer. And I thought, hang on a minute. So we are in our cars following said speed limit. What about the cyclist that is doing 30 mile an hour in a 20 mile an hour limit?
Yeah.
Or 35 mile an hour in a 30 mile an hour limit? Because the way I'm looking at this, sorry, we're going off on another subject here.
Yeah,
but
it's
the way I look at it is because
it's very important.
Right, because here's my beef. Okay, now cycling, I admire these cyclists. Actually, these are guys that use this road regularly. They've got their little rucksack on and they're going to work early in the morning.
So you're talking about cyclists.
I'm talking about cycling, doing their job, doing what they do, right? So there they are doing that. Now, we are spending huge sums of our money, the taxpayers' money, to do tight cycle lanes. Are they going to issue speed limits on their cycle lanes the same as they do on our highway for our cars?
You mean like a little speed camera for cyclists?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I'm now looking at this. If a cyclist can cycle at 40 mile an hour...
Imagine the damage they can do if they hit someone.
Well, there was something. There was a gran.
Well, it's gone
a
on
gran.
a lot.
No, there was a
absolutely.
gran that was actually hit by a cyclist and he killed her.
Absolutely.
So that's
Absolutely.
actually
So
very
that's
real.
Serious.
So, and it wasn't an electric bike. It wasn't one of your awful electric scooters. Because here's another thing: these people are using this and nobody's apprehending them. And I'm like, hang on a minute. You know, fair enough. I've served and done what I needed to do. And
well, it's one rule for one and another for another, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You know, Boris was a cyclist. What was it he was doing? Was he a cyclist though? Do you remember when he was promoting
had the Boris
cyclists?
No, they've got what was known as the Boris bike then. I think in London you can still hire a bike and cycle around.
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
I personally would not get on a bike in London. You've got to be kidding.
Unless it was all
underground,
bikes,
underground or bus. Sorry, it certainly wouldn't get me on a bike in London.
Can I just say, Foster, here as well, while we're talking about seriousness here, it's motorbikes as well, because I'll tell you something. Those potholes, there's massive, deep potholes where the cycle lanes are. And the other thing I've noticed, how come you've got a cycle lane and then it suddenly stops? What are you meant to do?
Dismount and walk. I don't
beat me up.
No, just take me to a certain, and then we stop. But
and then,
going back to what you've just said about motorbikes, one of the accidents along the road that gets completely clogged up if there is an accident was a motorcyclist completely thrown straight off because he hit a pothole and he didn't get up. That was it.
It's just horrific.
Yeah, he died there and then, and it is absolutely
horrific.
Horrendous.
So here we are, the government again. They're getting all these millions and millions and millions of pounds for everybody paying through the nose through their insurance and tax and God knows what. What the hell's going on, Foster? I mean, where's all the proper road repairs? I remember proper road repairs. It was done with a steamroller and they lasted for many years.
Yeah, now you've just got a group of men in high vids and they go along and they fill it, okay, and then they tamper it down. It's a work of art to watch. Okay, it usually takes about 10. There's usually 10 council people. And they're literally, I don't know how that must have looked actually, but they're just tampering it down. They're just tampering it down with like a rake.
Cheap.
It's
rake
cheap it in,
tar.
and then they take their rake and they tamper it down, and then they all jump in their little van and drive off. Hang on a minute,
Foster. They stand there for a while watching the motorists leaving.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And they're having a laugh because what they've done is they've put those cones out about 5 miles down the road and cordoned off part of the road anyway. Yep. So that's caused major traffic jams and heated drivers. You can imagine the fun the governments are having, can't you? Because they are having fun.
Yeah, they are.
Otherwise it would be sorted, wouldn't it? But of course it gets swept under that carpet.
Absolutely.
That carpet in the Houses of Parliament, that mountain's getting very big, isn't it?
It is. It's going to go poof.
Like a volcano.
It's going to be like a volcano. It's going to go poof. But I mean, honestly, I think there's one pothole. It's been filled up 5 times.
Yeah,
and
it's a laugh.
We're kind of bordering on the 6th time. And we're expecting the little van of council workers to come out in their high-vis.
The high-vis maintenance.
Yeah, we're just going to fill it up with a bit of old
and all
tarmac.
those cones.
Yeah.
They should wear those cones on their heads.
Yeah, they should. I'm in agreement.
Just my opinion. Not cordon off the road for miles. Totally unnecessary.
Yeah, well, there's another thing. Anyone that's travelled on some of these roads, you'll have a whole lane shut off with cones and nothing. There's not even anything.
That's like the Twilight Zone.
It is, and you know that they're doing it just to cause a traffic jam because they
at
want
night.
to justify something else.
Night. Road cordoned off, road closed. You know about that, don't you?
I definitely do. What, into the dark hell of abyss? Yeah, done that, been there.
Oh, let's have a laugh.
Absolutely. Diversion signs. So you think, okay, I'll divert. I've got a rough idea, and then it just stops at junction. Know whether you should go left or whether you should go right, and you're sitting
or
there
straight on.
at sort of pitch black. No,
and the road's
else.
Getting narrower and narrower.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. My worst nightmare at night, or even the day, come to that. But yeah, the black hell of the abyss of the diversion
sign.
If you're going to do a diversion, let's just follow it through till you've come back out on the road that you've come off of.
Yeah, exactly. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And it's all at our expense, isn't it? You know, who gives a, you know. But I would like to really, and I'm going to do a bit of research on this. I want to find out who the person was that designed all these roads in the beginning. Because in certain countries, they've got a real brilliant idea of like another road that runs alongside for people that want to walk or ride a bike. Absolutely amazing. Now, why couldn't they have done that?
Yeah, I agree.
Instead of you're cycling along, you're lucky if you're still on your bike because of these massive holes. In fact, what do they call it when the road actually opens up now and you literally... A what?
A sinkhole.
Sinkhole. Yeah, we've got that as well.
Yes. Sinkholes. That's another subject for another day.
Yeah, because there's a serious side to that.
Seriously opens up and swallows you.
Yeah, there's a serious side, but we have to have a laugh. But no, these potholes, you know, if you're still on your bike, you're going along, and it gets me. Suddenly, there's no cycle lane for them.
No, it's going down the S-bend. Yep, time to flush the system. It is time to flush.
I think it's... Don't.
You want me to pull the flush?
It's time for a coffee, Foster.
It's time for a coffee, Marshall.
And having said that, if you're still with us and you haven't fallen asleep, thank you ever so much for staying with us. But there is a serious side to all this, you know, I mean, but we have to laugh because if we don't, well, we'd all go insane, wouldn't we?
I think it's bordering on hysteria, personally. I think when we first decided to do this podcast, Marshall,
I know.
Every time we thought, we're just going to do something, you know, just gently, just talk about stuff. Little did I know that there would be a complete bomb where the bomb went off in society. We were going to talk about water, the wonderful healing.
And then we found all that out about
Then we realised they were contaminating it with our own feces.
And we haven't even talked it,
We haven't done any, I mean, honestly, it just goes from bad down to worse to crime to
that's why
everything.
We're here. That's why we're here, because we do care. We look after people. We treat people. So, and we've been doing it for years, and we change people's lives, seriously. We have, for the better. People that are stuck, people that have got no hope. We really do. And God knows we come from that ourselves, homelessness, ourselves. So we actually, we're not just saying it, we know what it's like.
Yeah,
We
it's a lived
absolutely do
experience.
know what it's like. And we know what it's like to go without food as well, and not know where the next food is coming from, and seeing people in despair in various forms, because when people are desperate, it causes desperation. So just
Yeah, it
bear
just
that in mind,
spirals.
everyone.
Got to
When
try and
people are desperate, it causes, it does, doesn't it, Foster?
desperate measures are taken, and we don't, we don't condone violence in any shape or form, but you can see where this could
Yeah.
escalate.
Well, we've got some stories to tell, real ones. These aren't made up. These are real, real
real.
life. So, yeah, there's a lot. So, and I've no doubt at some point we're going to be doing some live streaming as well. So, but yeah, everyone. So take care. We wish you all well. And please, all you young people out there having fun with your mates, going to parties, please, please be careful. I know it's difficult because we've all been there. We've been out, haven't we, on the town all night?
Yeah,
I haven't done that for many years, but, and of course it's a bit different now, actually. It's become quite a violent, yeah. So we wish you well, and it won't be long till you hear from us again with well, I hope it's good news that Starmer is gone, because he won't go, will he? He's super glued to his seat in Parliament.
Absolutely, he is, absolutely. Mind you, I do wonder what snake is coming up behind him. So
well, exactly, if it's
don't. There'll be another one. There'll be another Fabian.
But do you know, it will be sorted, Foster. You know that, because we believe in the divine. We know it will be sorted. There's such a lot going on in the world now. There really is. So anyway, lots of love, and we wish you well, and thank you, everyone. I think I've said that twice now. I'm repeating myself.
You have gone on a little bit of repeat, but anyway, stay safe.
Repeat. And I haven't had any whiskey.
No whiskey. So, on that note,
nice cup of coffee. Yeah.
Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and more importantly, stay sane.
Yeah, absolutely. Stay sane. Bye, everyone. Tatty,
bye for now.
Bye for now.